Hi, my name is Abraham Kim, and I'm going to be talking about the ethics and scientific research on primates. So why the topics on primates? Well, many researchers have been debating on whether or not testing on non-human primates is right or wrong. So here are some basic facts about primates before we go to the actual topic. So primates are an order of mammals that include monkey, apes, and humans. So out of the primates, great apes and humans share about 98.8% of their genes. They also have very similar brain structure as humans. That means they can also feel suffering and pain just like humans. Do primates have more rights than other animals? Legally, they do not. The only primate that has legal rights are humans. Basically, they are protected under the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Although there's an organization called the Great Ape Project, which are trying to give some rights to the great apes. And basically, they have three different rights. So the first right is the right of life. Basically, they have the right to live their own life. They cannot be put to death without their own permission. Protection of individual liberty. They cannot be held against their will. And the last one is prohibition of torture. Basically, you can't torture a great ape. Should primates have more rights? I believe some primates should, such as great apes, gorillas, chimpanzees, and bonobos, just because they share very similarities between humans and to humans. The other primates, the monkeys, I don't think they are, just because they're considered more animal than human. So what are the current scientific research that are going on with primates? Well, most primates are being used for biomedical area. Biomedical areas. They only make up around 0.5% of animal research. They are also used to study infectious disease, to develop vaccines and treatments. Also, they are used in safety testing of new medicines, and they also are used to study brain disorders. So what are some pros on scientific research on great apes? Well, the first one I'm going to be talking about is the importance of medical advances with the use of great apes. Medical advances such as polio vaccines, life support systems for premature babies, deep brain stimulation for Parkinson's disease, as well as hepatitis vaccines were all found with the research on great apes. Another pro is the genetic similarities between humans and apes. Since humans themselves cannot be tested on since they have human rights, apes are the only primates that make the ideal test subjects. So another pro is that primates are susceptible to many diseases that humans are susceptible to. For example, hepatitis and HIV, they are both susceptible to primates and humans. So what are some cons on scientific research on great apes? Well, since humans and great apes share a lot of similarities within the brain, a lot of great apes also are susceptible to pain and suffering just like humans. Within scientific research, a lot of animal abuse do occur. Most of the time when they test on apes, the apes themselves can suffer from psychological stress and engage in self-mutilation. Another animal abuse that can happen is small living spaces, and also primates do mostly die within these testings, such as injecting HIV viruses. Another con is that testing on animals are not reliable. For example, 85 HIV vaccines failed in humans after working well in non-human primates. And also, with the current advanced technology, other alternatives can be used instead of primates. So how much does it cost to experiment on primates? Well, according to the government data, the National Institute of Health spends about 12 billion and nearly 14.5 billion on animal testing every year. Some examples on the cost of primates experimentation is that Harvard spends about 16 million on drug experiments on primates. Oregon National Primate Research Center spends about 5 million on obesity experiments. Since ethically testing on primates indicates to be wrong, is there any reason to continue the research? Most drug testing that is effective on primates is not in humans. That seems to indicate that primates testing is still ineffective. Cost-wise, there is more benefit in shutting down primates experiments. The budgets from animal testing can be spent on other serious matters. As technology advances, other resources can be used instead of primates. So in my own opinion, I believe eliminating primates testing currently will not happen. However, I do believe that over time, with the increase of technological advances, the practice of testing on primates will die out, as well as other animals.